We are just inside the Beltway about... ...10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Coming up, we've got what can only be described as a mirror image matchup between the Washington football team and themselves.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. Danny Johnson returning. And able to get this out to the 25.
Washington will take over.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a man who's taken a long and courageous road back to the NFL, their veteran quarterback, Alex Smith.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
They'll run with McKissick. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
McKissick, the ball carrier.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw is Smith. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Complete.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's McKissick. And he stopped immediately there. A tackle by Cole Holcomb. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. A carry now for McKissick. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
J.D. McKissick, the Washington ball carrier. Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And that is incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Formation for Washington.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Gibson. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now Heineke. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 57 yards. And Washington has taken a first-quarter lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches. And we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long, man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. So the drive there, they went 80 yards in 3 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Now here's Johnson. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Johnson on the return. Washington will take over 1st and 10.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's 1st and 5. They will run it. It's McKissick. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 4. Leaves them with options here on 2nd and just a yard.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And again this time to the tailback. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll try the air now with Smith. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. To try again after the sack. Smith escaping the pressure right. And he's going to go down again. Chase Young, he's the one that drops him this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. A shotgun snap for Smith. Strong coverage by Washington, and now 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong. Plenty of leg.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. 20.
You know what? Why don't you just start over?
And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown. So a pick-6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick-6 going the other way.
And it's no good. He misses the extra point, and this remains a 7-6 game.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled into 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And following the pick-6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick-6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
On second down now. It's Gibson, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds McLaurin. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A first down and then some. Give him 29 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Open man here, Sims complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown. And Washington going to add on to their lead. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Justin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call?
And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
You can try and underthrow it and go back shoulder, but your timing has to be impeccable. And here, I think it's much more of a duck than a designed back shoulder throw.
At the 45-yard line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football, and they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
On second down, it's Gibson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Ball carrier.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on third down. They'll look to throw here. Being chased out left. And it's a fumble.
Heineke on the keeper. A fumble on the play.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And the Washington offense going back to work. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And 7 at the 36-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Out of the gun, Smith. The throw taken in by Sims.
Smith's pass.
Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From the gun on third down, Smith. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Incomplete on the Hail Mary. It's now fourth down.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
56.
They're going to go for it. It's Smith. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. From just inside the 20, a short kick. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
And a Washington offense heading out. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll start the third quarter here on the ground. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down.
That's good.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On 3rd down, it's Gibson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Now a throw here to his running back. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
To Antonio Gibson.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
On that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Well, it's apparent the defense understands the situation. They have to keep them out of the end zone here. That's a great start by them. A loss on that play. Can they force him in?
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Montez Sweat able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And Washington is able to stretch their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to. And big-time drive in that situation.
Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is up to 15 now.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
In the 3rd quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. They'll go again with McKissick. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And a throw there going to be incomplete. And give credit to Reuben Foster, the linebacker, getting a hand in to disrupt.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. They are going for it. It's Smith. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Will take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
He was brought down by...
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Got an open man. It's Harmon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
22 yards.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Made back at the 39-yard line.
Shotgun now. Here's an inside give. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Smith. And he's unable to haul it in. And so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be let out. By the #1 overall selection back in 05 out of the University of Utah, it's Alex Smith.
And what I enjoyed watching this week when we had a chance to watch them at practice, the easy camaraderie that he has with his offense.
A lot of respect.
A lot of respect, and frankly, I thought it spilled over to the defense. The defensive guys were coming over and teasing and joking with him. You can tell they respect the heck out of him and really want to play well for him.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first. First play, try to start it out with a bang, but it's second down.
Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Quickly completed to the right flat. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Chase Young in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now Heineke. That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. But he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
On first down, Gibson. And a short gain here down to the 22.
Gibson, ball carrier.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On third down, it's Gibson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
With no score.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. Well, you throw it this close to the goal line, usually you're thinking touchdown. Here they actually complete it but lose yardage.
When you're this close to the goal line, you have to anticipate that maybe you're going to see a defense that you can make a case that there's 11 in the box. There's just no room. So I'm with you. You've got to find a way to push things downfield a little bit. Any type of space is better than what we just saw there. And that end result, not one that's satisfactory to them.
Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, like hoping he could break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he could scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
They'll set up a throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. A chance to get some momentum here in the 2nd quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the 2nd quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. After he cleared the line of scrimmage, nice little hole developed.
Yeah, great blocking right there at the start. But how about his vision, finding the open spaces and letting his feet carry him to him?
They'll run on 1st down. Gibson. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. Making the play that time, Thomas Davis from his linebacker spot.
This defense has really flown around in the 1st half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now on 2nd and 13. Smith. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 16 yards, a 1st down. They'll try the left side. It's Gibson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
On 2nd and 11 now. Smith trying to lay one up deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 71 yards as his guys are on the board first here tonight. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the 1st quarter. But in the 2nd quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
It's good, and Washington will take a 7-0 lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. Johnson now returning. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Johnson on the return. Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. First down, they go with Barber again. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Antonio Gibson, the ball carrier.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 32-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Back to throw here. Steps away to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he finds McLaurin. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now we're first and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
Back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jeremy Sprinkle as the first half is winding down. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will make it into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. Kelvin Harmon, the man he was looking for. And it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
For Kelvin Harmon, incomplete. It's 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. The final shot here before break. Smith. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
Dustin Hopkins to kick off for Washington.
Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. Taken in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 39 yards there, a big one.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line.
Now a give right side. Gibson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at
no gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Catch is made. It's Harmon. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line. 24-yard line.
First and 10 at the 20.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
On second down now, it's Gibson, and he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
It's 4th down.
They'll set up to throw. And he's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's an excellent stop right there here in this tie game. They're doing their best to hold the fort and at least force a field goal attempt.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington.
Offense.
And that'll set them back 5. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin there to make the grab. And Washington has taken the lead. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. And his kick is right through. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Dustin Hopkins, the kickoff for Washington.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
25-yard line.
First possession of the second half now for Washington. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point.
He's got daylight. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 75 yards. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of. The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes about him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Third quarter, all tied up. This is 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Harmon. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there. First down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
They'll try the left side. It's Gibson. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 36-yard line.
Now back to throw. Forced out to his left. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Back now at FedEx Field. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. Washington on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield.
Washington.
So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Smith.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
4 yards to go.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Smith. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 15.
Complete.
A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
1st down, Washington.
From the red zone now, Smith. Oh, no, he lost the football. But Washington looked to get this one back, and indeed they did. They will still have possession. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
That'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. On second down, here's Smith. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, and it's third down.
Incomplete. Kendall Fuller there on the coverage.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a fourth down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington.
Makes this Washington 17. Washington 14.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Washington takes over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Washington offense back out there. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard. 2nd and 11.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
2nd and 11. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Intercepted.
Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
The 33-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Smith. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one close. Quickly, it helped force the incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, it's Gibson. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This will be a 37-yard attempt. Hopkins' kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now.
Washington.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80 percent of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down with a 1st down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning.
At the 34-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll keep it on the ground. Gibson. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And Washington now going to use the 1st of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try the left side. It's Gibson. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
That's good.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 12-yard line.
They'll try the left side. Gibson. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the 1st down as he gets it to the 8. They give them 2 yards there as they're set up now with a 1st and goal. He'll go underneath with this one to McKissick. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
Today, from State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, this is Madden NFL 21. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Murray now on first down. He'll set up the screen to Drake. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on second down. Murray trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 26-yard line.
After the interception, here's Jackson being chased out left. Now he'll pull it down and out of bounds right around the 20. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar. Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do, but when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Ravens are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets them up first and goal. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Throwing is Jackson. And that'll be caught. Touchdown, Ravens. It's Hollywood Brown.
Touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Tackled at the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd.
On 3rd down, Drake. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
3 on the tackle. No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
And here we go on 4th down with Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. At the first quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Jackson on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, throw right side, taken in by the tight end Bryant. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Dan Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, and they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Cardinals. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Brought in left side by Snead. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
A 7-yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. Man open left side is Brown.
Jackson.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Marquise Brown.
4 receivers now, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. 2nd down and 4. These two teams all tied after 1. Throwing again on 2nd down. Jackson flush to his right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Jackson.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down.
First down.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line.
On the carry for Baltimore.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Brings up 3rd.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Down at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
3-yard line.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up. Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. And each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins.
To kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The football going back over to Arizona now. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Now a first down run is sniffed out from the start as they'll drop him for a loss of 4.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
1st and 10.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score a point.
And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Murray again. This is Drake. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6.
They'll run with Drake. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
On 3rd and short, Drake. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Murray now on 1st down. He'll buy some time right. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I think this one comes under the heading of sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because you and I both know coaches go crazy seeing their quarterbacks roll out, in this case to the right side, and try and throw back into the middle of the field. He got away with one there.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Kyler Murray with a touchdown throw to DeAndre Hopkins. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the 2nd half.
The kick is good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And it was his interception on the last drive that wound up leading to a game-tying touchdown.
And somehow you can make this a positive, though. You know why? Game tied now. So you're not protecting a lead. So you're not playing that way. You got to go get the lead again. So maybe it loosens them up a little bit.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the turnover, here's Murray, forced out to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
4-yard line.
And the young buck showing that ability, that agility to dance outside of the pocket, complete the deep ball.
And don't think for a second that the coaching staff didn't have their heart rate accelerate a little bit there, right? Anytime you have those young quarterbacks and they get outside of the pocket, you're just hoping that they make good decisions because so many things can happen that can go wrong when you throw it downfield like that. He got away with it there and in a big way.
He's going to take off with it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and goal, it's Drake. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A field goal would break the tie, but look at this. Instead, they're going to go for it on 4th and goal. They're going for it. Hits Murray. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's second down.
Incomplete. It's second down and 10.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And they work this out past the 25. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So we've hit halftime off. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Taken in the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect. But overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Down at the 30-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
On third down, here's Dobbins. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Dobbins, the ball carrier.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, he'll run it. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick. And they will score. It's a pick-6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along?
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
The Cardinals say they have it. They do. Arizona recovers. Well, they just scored. They got the lead, and they decide to keep their foot on the accelerator, so to speak.
Scouting, scouting, scouting. They had to have seen something in their preparation for this game that told them in this situation, if they get the look they like, let's go ahead and go for it anyway. They like being bold.
First down, Murray going deep for Hopkins. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. And with a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Now Drake. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
On 1st and goal, Drake. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the Ravens' 7-yard line.
Second down and goal. Murray Murray being chased, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jammed.
And they're going to bury him back at the 11-yard line.
The two-point conversion is no good.
So trying to throw it in for 2 points, but the
got home, which means there had to be good coverage, just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you're trying to throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep.
And it'll be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Murray. Buying time to his left. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Another big gain or two in succession as this one goes for 32.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, pick your game up. Check four.
Right back to Drake. And he'll get this down to about the 30-31-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Back to you. I'm going back to you. Get ready.
Shotgun now from Murray. Flush to his right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray dancing to his left. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Patrick Queen able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you're looking to plays. Oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You can have the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Jackson being chased out left. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the 1st.
Gain on the play. 1st down, Ravens.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Brown. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Dobbins. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches.
Another run here with Dobbins. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll be 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick.
Jackson's pass.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
58.
From his own end zone now, it's Murray. Oh, leaping, and he makes the grab. And he gets us up just shy of the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, Drake. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
Now third down.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Here's Murray. Sliding out of the pocket. Airing this one out for Fitzgerald. And that's caught inside the 30. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for a Cardinal.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
So that's about as long a non-scoring play as you're going to see from inside their own 10 to 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. Call it no gain, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, Murray, he's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kenyon Drake there to make the grab. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Arizona.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Well, another fine run right there for Lamar Jackson and CD. That one puts him over 100 yards now for the ball game.
And remember when all we talked about were 100-yard games from running back?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Another try after the 1st down sack. Jackson buying time to his left. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So it's a win here.